Okay, this gig vlog is going to be a little different than all past and future ones because for OPSEC reasons, we cannot actually show any of the place except for the area where we are actually playing in.
You're gonna have to blur all of this too.
Well, from here, nobody knows how close this is to the venue. We're just not gonna let them know that.
I mean,
it's not like there's gonna be geolocation in the video or something.
We're pretty far. Yeah, it's gonna be in the metadata.
Now, we are a decent ways away from it, and I cannot show you anywhere any closer to it because I don't think the place is legally allowed to exist. So, fuck the police and all. Ethan from the future here chiming in because I didn't really explain this all that well. So, Choctaw, the place where we were playing that night, is a squat, generally considered illegal in most places with capitalist real estate ownership. Now, I was under the impression that this might be like, some kind of like sort of liberal policing thing where it's like, they know it exists, the authorities aren't really too bothered by it as long as you don't like smash up the property or anything. This was definitely not the case because when I arrived with my camera out, filming the approach, they were immediately like, yeah, no photos, no videos, please delete all that footage right now. So I have no footage of actually coming towards the place because I deleted all my like initial travel from the house footage too because I was just like, oh well, gig vlog's off. But we were actually able to film in the performance area because it was a windowless basement through which you couldn't actually get any idea of where the place is. So other than saying that it is in Dublin, I will not describe any further. So anyway, it's like we go there, I discover that, kind of hang around waiting for people to show up, and then eventually Hugo, myself, and a guy who was playing with Awfully Human that night, Aaron, not our Aaron, who was actually guesting with them on bass, but a different Aaron, we all go over to Cooper's place because he forgot his notebook with lyrics for the new song that we were playing that night. So we just kind of all walked back there, and that was when I started to be able to, like, get footage for this thing. I lack. Me too, buddy. Four-seed grocery shop, which I've never noticed before. I consider this an omen. Cooper told me I didn't need to bring my umbrella, and of course I listened to him, and now it's fucking raining pretty hard. Nothing of too much intrigue happens at Cooper's, just he and Hugo and Aaron all eat some sandwiches because they haven't had food. I had already had lunch before I came and was planning to get dinner after the show anyway, so I did not partake, and we just kind of hung out and listened to Believes in Patterns by I Would Set Myself on Fire for You, which is one of Cooper's favorite bands and like big influence for him on See the Horses. They're a pretty cool band. I had not really listened to them beforehand, kind of like chamber screamo, like if Godspeed You crossed over with like a sort of very late 90s, early 2000s Scrams band. It's pretty good stuff.
When we go in there, everyone's just there to have fun, It's not serious at all. We're not like, I mean, I already said it, but it's not promoted. We haven't paid for any of this shit.
And finally, after a good bit of that, we did make our way back to Choctaw. Last contact before we're within the radio silence perimeter. So we're back at Choctaw. We continue to talk to people. As an aside, I'm probably fucking that pronunciation up. I asked Hugo, who is actually Irish, how to pronounce this because it's spelled like Teach Torthai, and I knew that wasn't right. And that's basically what he told me. I'm not exactly sure how much you pronounce, like, the H, is it Tori, Torhi? Do you really put some emphasis on that H? So please forgive me when I continue to say it throughout this video. So we're just hanging out there until eventually I come, the first band to go on, who are like, I guess they describe them as like a squat band, like they go around and play all these kind of places. They're sort of in that scene of people, and I was kind of cautiously optimistic for them because, their name is spelled sort of the same way as like I Hate God, which is one of my all-time favorite bands. So I was hoping for them, but at the same time, I also thought their logo, put in a little graphic of that right here, kind of looked like a shitty nu metal band. So, it could go either way, and ultimately they were like a fairly basic, like, crusty hardcore band made up of much older guys. Like, they didn't really seem to hang around and talk to anybody, or at very least I didn't notice them do so, because, they were like probably all 10 plus years older than every other person there. Oh, saliva. Yeah, and like their frontman was like reading all his lyrics off of a music stand during the set, which was just very odd and probably quite difficult because it was not very well lit down there. ICOM were. They weren't as bad as we were afraid of, but they were fine, you know? In a bid to reduce all of the future Ethan cutaways, because ideally these vlogs should just be like footage from the day arranged in order, I actually went as I was walking home the next morning, because I was out all night, walking back, recorded some like little commentary on each band, but it was like while I was walking and just entirely improvised with no planning in one take. So it's not actually very detailed or interesting, so I will include that footage in this video, but I will also actually go into more detail through these future Ethan cutaways. Speaking of that, next up was Awfully Human. This is actually Kier, our second guitarist, band, or it was his band. This was their final show. They were like a post-hardcore emo, like more screamy and intense than I thought they would be based on what I had heard about them. It was a pretty cool set. Unlike ICOM, where we kind of did the dick thing and like sat upstairs because it was better lit, more comfortable, less crowded, and thanks to a big hole in the floor, because it was like a walk-in freezer originally, where we were playing in the basement, so it was like there was like a ventilation shaft or something that you could basically hear everything like you were in the room from upstairs right above it. I did actually go down and see Awfully Human set. Awfully Human, rest in peace, put on a decent final show. The overcast room is making me sleepy, which is not positive. Yeah, I was just kind of out of it after that, but we did manage to rally for the See the Horses set, and it ended up going pretty well. This was our first show with Seva from Flesh Guild playing guitar, and it would have been Kier's first show with the band too, but he sort of ran into a string of bad luck and wasn't able to make either of the practices that we had before the show with Cooper, because it was like he showed up for some practices while Cooper was back visiting the US. Then Cooper came back and we were able to get in like 2 rehearsals before the show, and he unfortunately wasn't able to make either of those. So we had to make do with only one guitarist for the night, but the set went pretty well.
Hugo.
Wait, is this not live?
Hello. Yeah, that's Hugo. Drums are they with what?
Hugo is scared of getting electrocuted. This is as good a place as any to mention that there was a major like electrical hazard that we were all kind of terrified of throughout the whole night, because as we were setting up, Kira is telling us, oh yeah, the electricity isn't grounded in here because obviously the owner doesn't really give a shit because there's not supposed to be people in there, so like it's hooked up to the mains anyway because they would have to then go in and reconnect that if they ever wanted to sell the property, so best to just leave it in. But since there's not supposed to be people in it, no care was really taken to make sure that that electricity was safe in this walk-in freezer with sheet metal walls. So basically, if any of us were like plugged in, holding a mic, holding guitar, whatever, and we were to touch one of those sheet metal walls, that's 220 volts of mains power coursing right through you. So once Kier told everyone about that, we were all terrified of it happening throughout the night. And thankfully, we got through the night without anyone getting zapped, but it was pretty dicey. In more positive news, this was the debut of a song that was sort of half written by Seva and half written by me, called "Till the Great Recorder Sums Me Up." It's a line from Dracula, which I've been reading because of the Dracula Daily Substack. It was just kind of a title that, as we were like working on the song, it didn't really have a title, and then I was like, this line really sticks out to me, we should make that the title, and in classic emo fashion, the obscure in-joke goes. So here's a clip of us playing that. We played a wild fucking set. It was intense as all hell. There was chaos. There was fear. But ultimately, we hammered through everything pretty fucking hard, and it seemed like people liked it. And then finally, Flesh Guild headlined that night. I unfortunately don't have video of the craziest thing that happened during Flesh Guild's set, but it is an important story to tell, so we're gonna go very old school YouTube on this one and sort of draw my life it. Okay, so here's Flesh Guild, you know, they're playing on stage, which as we've established is inside this essentially big electrified metal box, hence all the little lightning bolts in there. Now, their other guitarist, not Seva, but I've unfortunately forgotten what his name is, because I'm just terrible with names. He can sound off in the comments, correcting us, improving the engagement on this video, and making me look like a little bit less of a stupid asshole. But anyway, he's playing late in their set, and these, like, 2 or maybe it was 3 guys, we're gonna go with drawing 2, come up to him. One guy's like a long-haired fellow in, like, a Slipknot shirt, like a sleeveless Slipknot shirt, you know, for extra, like, weird vibes. But anyway, these guys come up to him, and the audience doesn't really know about the lightning bolt box and everything. They're kind of clueless. So these guys go in, and they, like, lift him up as he's playing, and everyone in the room, as we see him going towards the roof, which we know is, like, electrified, we are all in total horror, like, maximum panic, and I think we kind of get lucky, you know, lucky with big quotation marks here, because he, like, bonked into this thing on the ceiling. It was like a metal thing sticking down. I don't know really what it was, but I think it was maybe less of an electrical hazard, because thankfully, even though he did get whacked in the fucking head off of it, he did not get zapped, so we are all very lucky that nothing terrible happened, but it was probably the closest that night we came to anyone dying. It was an extremely scary moment. Like, I'm laughing about it now because it's so stupid that it happened, but it was bad, man. It was not good. Which I suppose is the definition of bad. I'm not a great orator. Flesh Guild killed it as always. They did Home Wrecker by Converge, and that was the sickest fucking thing. I loved that. So after the show, we sort of hang around Chalk Tory for a while, talking with various people, and eventually we all move out onto the street and go our separate ways, at which point I followed the largest group of people going over to Ward Cooper's apartment. From here we get some more actual vlogging for this vlog. Now that we are an appropriate distance away from the place that we can't show, well, we're far away from where it is, but at this point, like, who's gonna know?
Is this like a vlog?
It's a gig vlog.
Yeah, we do like a regular gig vlog, except of course this time we couldn't get any footage. Yes,
Yeah,
you're on candid camera, thank you.
We're on our way to somewhere, some guy's apartment.
Hey.
Yeah, now we're going to a place that's not secret anymore. Hi, Cooper. Oh, God. I've split off from the rest of the group in order to go to Supermax. Gonna get the chicken sandwich, which I've heard is overwhelmingly the best thing they make. Because last time I went there, my thoughts were, burger is mid. Fries are also very mid. But apparently, you haven't really tried Supermax until you've tried the chicken. It's mad to me that we don't have this in America. This is a fucking hot muffin with ice cream in the middle. It's the most fat-ass dessert ever invented. Why don't we have this? McDonald's, figure your shit out. I'm still not gonna go to you because of the whole Palestine thing, but you know, I would at least be more tempted if you had this. Fucking ghost town at this hour. It's like almost 11 o'clock, but there was barely anybody. Like, I legitimately thought I could just walk across the street without even having to pay attention to the lights. Also, Supermax fun fact, they don't salt the fries if you're dining in. They give you salt packets and you have to do it yourself. So inevitably, I ended up eating a few unsalted fries to begin with the first time I had them. When you get them to go, they do salt them from the get-go, which does make them a lot better. Because, as previously discussed, I need to brush up on my Casey Neistat and learn how to actually shoot a vlog, I did not capture on camera the moment of me eating that chicken sandwich. I was quite ravenously hungry, and pretty much as soon as I sat down in Cooper's room, I ended up messily devouring it. Well, not that messily, because I was sitting on his bed, but it was gone in a few bites. But it is good. It is better than the burgers there, so if you are in Ireland and go to a Supermax, that is what I would personally recommend that you get. Post-gig, we're on that, like, sleepover energy. That's right. Just hanging in the room, listening to Burial Plot Bidding War. Pop that up on screen.
These are my Joshua Fit for Battle Marines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're all modeled after.
Oh, members.
It's to bring our own end. It's just the color.
Oh, the color scheme from that record. That's great.
Yeah, it's a really cool color set. So I thought.
I love that. Dope. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking sorry.
As you can see, Cooper's room was starting to get quite crowded. At the peak, we had all 5 members of Flesh Guild, myself, Cooper, friend of the band, and bassist for A Dead Human, Morgan, and Cooper's other friends, Tom and Liz, who I don't think they were in any bands, but yeah, 10 people in that room at peak. But not long after we reached that peak, people started to steadily dwindle as the night went on. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Not craft singles, it's the craft powdered cheese.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah, I'm good.
I would have hated that song.
Yeah, I also am not very upset about missing out on the Kraft mac and cheese.
He deleted.
He hides in shame. Don't die. Goodbye, Flesh Guilders. We'll miss you.
Oh, grab all your stuff,
Bye.
See y'all out.
Peace the fuck out, dude.
I'll see you at your next gig.
Fuck yeah! Hell yeah, dude. And away he goes. Fuck yes! Apparently the Flesh Guilders were all going to see Cryptopsy that upcoming weekend, which I didn't know Cryptopsy were playing. Actually, I might have. Like, I may have seen a thing on YouTube where it was like, Cryptopsy is playing soon, because I had, like, been listening to None So Vile not too long ago. Good band, but I didn't see that particular show. But anyway, it dwindles down to just the last couple of us. Once more into the breach, men. Vibra Cathedral Orchestra at 3 in the morning. This is insanity. We're getting pizza at 4 a.m.
Can a fella do that? What's wrong with
I think a fella absolutely can do that. I'm just saying that it's a particular vibe.
Lock it up real nice.
I'm sorry, please explain to everyone how you're a fucking maniac who likes pineapples and peppers on your pizza.
It's good. It's actually pretty decent. It's
Sound
like
off
two,
in the
like,
comments,
songs,
people.
Like,
No,
juicy,
it's high, it's not good. No.
There's serious culinary reasons.
yeah.
Sound off in the comments, people. Sound off in the comments. Mad props to our delivery driver from Apache Pizza, who no one could have blamed for just going, fuck you guys, ordering like 20 minutes before we close at 4 in the morning. We'll just say it didn't go through and we'll refund them. But they did in fact show up with our pizza. It was pretty good. Pizza time, gang. This is the life, the dream. Oh shit.
Oh no. Wow. See you.
Peace out, Flesh Guilders.
Peace out.
See you next time. At this point, with everyone else gone, I was politely informed that I also needed to go, as it was about 4:30 in the morning at that point. Bus back, 4:35 in the morning. It's just nearly 5 a.m. I have overshot my bus stop by 1 stop while listening to Minus the Bear. So, we walk. I mean, it's added like 2 minutes to the 20 minutes that I was going to have to walk either way, but it doesn't feel good, no. Overall, fairly positive gig, and we topped it off with a lovely night afterwards. And now, as the sun begins to rise behind me, I'm heading back home to try and get some fucking sleep before I have to get back to working on my capstone project. Basically, it was a good endeavor. Highly would recommend. Highly recommended, I guess, not would recommend. Fuck it. We'll see you in the next gig.
Hey, what's up, horses? It's me, frontman of See the Horses, Cooper Champion Young, full legal name. Basically, right now, I could fuck a McChicken. Alright, end the video.